Well, good day, scholars, and welcome back. Good to see everybody, even if it's by video. As we begin, make sure that you have gone to the restroom. We want to get that out of the way before we begin learning. Make sure that you have picked up any handouts on the table and found your new seat. So let's get rolling. Under the circumstances, we are going to keep things as simple as possible, so there will be no Patriot preview today. I'm sure there are no complaints about that. However, there will be a classwork assignment at the end of today's lesson, and in that assignment, we will apply the things we have learned today. Just one more quick reminder, if we ever do get back to normal in this room, and we will soon, we will have the red team and the blue team, and that's how you are seated. We'll do some competitions, possibly some debates, some varying assignments, and try to have some fun with it. Throughout this week, we've been discussing the fact that we will begin reading about the diary of Anne Frank next week, and we will be working on that through the quarter. And we've been taking a sneak preview at it each day, so let's take one last preview today. To review what we have learned so far, Anne Frank is a 13-year-old girl, as this story is written. She is being held in secrecy, but she has not been kidnapped. She is there for her protection. Her story takes place in the early 1940s, and this is a true story. It really happened. You see, Anne is Jewish, and members of the Nazi Party want to eliminate the entire Jewish race. Well, while she is in hiding for a very long time, she keeps a diary in which she describes her daily experiences. And the actual diary is still on display today, as we learned yesterday, at the Anne Frank house in Amsterdam, Holland. Yesterday we visited the Anne Frank house, which is now a museum. Today we're going back there, and we're going to go much deeper into the house, into some areas that you would not know existed otherwise. They're hidden by a bookcase. Anne is going to give us a very detailed tour of her living quarters. So let's go now to Amsterdam and see what she has to show us. Now that we have explored the residence of Anne Frank, let's move back to this week's topic, subject-verb agreement. Now, under the circumstances, we are canceling today's test. I don't think it would be a good idea under the circumstances, considering my recent quarantine and the snow that hit on top of that. So we will worry about that later. We will take one at some point, but I will give you plenty of notice before we do and make sure that you are thoroughly prepared. So let's move on today to subject-verb agreement. We began this week by learning again what is a subject, what is a verb, what is singular, what is plural, and we saw what that looked like in real life. Then we moved on to learn that there are 10 rules of subject-verb agreement. On Wednesday, we covered the first 2. On Thursday, we covered the next 4. We will review those 6 today and then learn the last 4. So let's begin our study for today of subject-verb agreement. First, we will review everything we have covered thus far. Look at this sentence again. It says, the large plane flies across the sky. What is our subject in this sentence? Very good, it's plane. What is our verb in this sentence? Very good, it's flies. And we learned that the subject is who or what is doing the action. It's the plane in this case. And the verb is the action being done. Flies is the action in this case. So that helps us identify what is a subject and what is a verb. We also learned that a subject and a verb must agree in number. And here's what number means in English class. We're not concerned with are there 3, are there 500. Singular and plural are the 2 numbers for English class. Singular means there's only one of something. Plural means there is more than one of something. So look at the object below. How many footballs do you see on the left? That's right, only one. And so football is the singular form. What do you see on the right? That's right, you see several footballs. So footballs is the plural form. One football, several footballs. Football, singular. Footballs, plural. Here's another good example. What do you see in the picture? That's right, you see a dog and he is barking. Let's look at the singular version. Dog barks. The singular subject is dog. That's who's doing the action. The singular verb is barks. That's the action being done. Dog barks. Singular subject, singular verb. Now, what do you see in this picture? That's right, you see a lot of dogs and they are barking. So the plural subject is dogs with an S. That's more than one dog. So the plural verb is bark without an S. Dogs bark. Plural subject, dogs. Plural verb, bark. So how did we go from singular to plural? All we did was move the S from one word to the other. And in most cases, it's that simple. Now, there are a lot of exceptions, but in most cases, it's that simple. Move the S from one word to the other. Sometimes you have to add an E and make it ES. And here are the same 3 examples we've been looking at all week. One fox runs, that's singular. 3 foxes, plural, run. Fox runs, but foxes run. 1 river flows, but 2 rivers flow. 1 camper sleeps, but 3 campers sleep. Just for fun, let's take a verbal quiz. Say the answer aloud when you know it.